one thing you need to master when you are a student, it's referencing. Is referencing important? Hell yeah. Is it dull? Is it boring? Pretty much, yeah. But it's just something you're going to have to cope with. And if you get it right at the beginning, it's going to make your life so much easier. So it absolutely makes sense to just master this referencing right from the start. And I'm going to tell you in this short video why you want to do that. And you want to start now. If you are new here, my name is drhayleystainton. I make videos on all things academia, study skills, doing great at university, etc. I do have a free study guide and I think you will love it. It teaches you how to reference as well as lots of other key study skills, so you can download that for free. Link is in the description. When you start at university or college, you will be introduced to this concept of referencing, if you haven't already been introduced to it before. Now, referencing is essentially giving credit where credit is due. It's saying where you got your information from, because you don't know it all. None of us do. So when you get information from somewhere, you have to say where it came from. That's simple, right? But in actual fact, referencing is way more than just saying where you found your information. It helps you to structure your work, to make it logical and to make it analytical. And bonus, these are the things that get you the good grades. And we all want good grades, right? Now, the first reason why referencing is super important is obviously because it does show us where we got our information from. This demonstrates, hopefully, if you've got good referencing, that we've done wider reading. You're not going to get a first-class grade for your essay or your report or whatever your assignment might be if you've just written it off the top of your head. I know. And this can be difficult because sometimes you do just know this stuff. Perhaps you've been asked to write an essay on the social impacts of the Olympics in what just so happens to be your hometown. Well, you experienced it, you lived it, you know this, but you're not allowed to just write about your experiences. Well, okay, well, you're allowed, but you're not going to get the best grades. You need to have evidence to back that up. So by having lots of references, you are demonstrating you've done wider reading, you've done your research, and that's going to help you to get extra marks. Referencing protects you from plagiarism. Now, you take a book, wasn't written by you, was it? But if you take words from this book, or a website, or a journal article, or any other source, they're not your words and you have to give credit. How will your teachers know? Well, they probably will actually. There are lots of plagiarism softwares these days. For example, a popular one in the UK is called Turnitin. Turnitin is a piece of software where you will upload your work and it will highlight where there is plagiarism. You'll get a score for each piece of work. Now, usually you will be told this score as a student. More importantly, your tutors will get this score and they'll get a full breakdown. So when I was working as a university lecturer, I would go to mark my students' work and I would see right there in front of me, highlighted in different colours, very clear, very easy to understand. This is where your student has copied. If there was a reference after it, that might be okay, although we do need to be careful about that too, and I am going to do a video about that one very soon. That's called paraphrasing, but I won't delve into that today. But you do need to be very careful. You cannot take some words from this book and use them without a reference, and even so, you should be rewording it anyway. Now, if you get a high plagiarism score, you might be marked down or you might be referred for academic misconduct. Now, this is not something any of us want. The result of conducting academic misconduct could mean that your grade is capped, perhaps at a pass or a 40%, or it could mean that you fail altogether and you have to retake that module, or it could even mean, in severe cases, that you're kicked off of your university or your college course. No one wants that. Now, referencing actually forces you to think bigger, because you're not just writing from your own experiences. You're not just writing what's already in your head, what you already know. You're writing about what other people know and what other people say. Now, in turn, this helps you to be exposed to different ways of thinking, to different research that's been undertaken, to different perspectives. And with this, it helps you to form a much stronger piece of work. Hopefully you will have references that support each other. So X says this and Y agrees, that's true. Or you might also have contradicting sources. So for example, A says that blah, blah, blah. However, B disagrees that blah, blah, blah isn't as it seems. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So by referencing, you are being forced down this road that will help you to produce better work. Better work means better grades. Tick. And by having adequate referencing throughout your work, it allows you and the people who are reading your work to be able to differentiate between what's yours and what's someone else's. So anything that is not referenced, that does not have a citation after it, and if you're not sure what I am talking about, I have an in-depth guide on how to reference. Do check it out. If you have something that does not have a citation, then it should, in theory, be your own words, your own thoughts, your own opinion, your own take on it. If it's not yours, it needs to have a reference. Ultimately, however, if you don't reference, you're probably not going to pass your course. So the best thing to do is to just accept it. Most students don't like referencing. Most students actually get it wrong too. So don't get it wrong, master it straight from the start, and you are on the road to winning and to getting good grades. And that's what we all want, isn't it?